Welcome back to Fortune Cookies Tarot. Thanks so much for being here. So this is actually going to be a part 2. I did a reading on Eddie Munson and Joseph Quinn the other day, but Joseph Quinn got signed to CAA, I guess yesterday, and apparently at the end of my reading, I predicted it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get up really early, and it's not really that early. And I'm going to do a reading for Joseph Quinn because, I did comment on one of the Facebook posts, the Stranger Things or Netflix Facebook group, that his life is on fire, like in a great way. So I want to do a reading of what the next 12 months is going to be for him. I did a little bit of a different blocking on here. By the end of the weekend, I'm going to be changing this whole room around. So you'll probably have a better look. I have a surprise that one of my favorite people, Gilded Age Girl, sent me. So thank you so much. And I have to find a place of honor for it. So with that, please like, share, and subscribe. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you are a repeat offender, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting my channel. There's a link in the description down below if you would like to get your own magical reading. I'm this close to 1,000 subs, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be really awesome if you haven't already. So let's take a look at my bigger and better blocking. And don't forget, Friday night, 7 o'clock, we're going to have Dueling Tarot with Alicia, favorite tarot reader on YouTube and Facebook. So Joseph Quinn, for those of you that are not fans, he is Eddie Munson in the Stranger Things series. And he was introduced in the last season, season 4. And he was amazing, met with a lot of excitement from the fandom and had an amazing story arc. So I will not do any spoilers in here. So hopefully, you know what, I'll put spoiler alert on the description later if I do any spoilers. So I'm recording now. So I hope you're all having a great day. So just to recap, he has been signed by one of the biggest talent agencies. It's one of the trifecta, CAA. That means his career may blow up. And it's so crazy because I didn't even know I was reading that. I had no idea there was anything going on with that. When I did my last reading, I was like, oh, I think he's going to change agents. So well done. Break my arm, pat myself on the back. So let's see. We're going to do 12-month reading for him. This is something that I did during the New Year's Eve marathon. I did a whole bunch of celebrities, and we did the 12 months. So we'll do 12 months from August this month, and we'll do our clockwise. Let's see what we got. And I may change decks midstream. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. There, they all fit. So let's just kind of even these out a little bit more. So you guys, I hope you can see them all. So bigger and better view for you guys. And they still don't fit. This 12-month reading usually doesn't fit on my broadcast table. So all right. August. This is definitely a change of his path. We've got the star in reverse. This is making some changes in the direction of his career. changing an agent absolutely would be that. And there we have next month for September, the 10 of Swords in reverse, which is going to be kind of a refocusing and I hate to say reimagining, but a reimagining of his career. October, we get into better foundations. They're going to make some changes. Now, I did predict this in the last one. Is he going to be typecast as the metalhead guy? I don't know. I did see his clip. He actually had a bit part in Game of Thrones. He was when Arya Stark comes back to Winterfell. He's one of the guards there. She, gets in and they sit her down. They tell her to F off. And then they finally do let her in and they sit her down on a cart and they say, stay there. And they're arguing and it's very Monty Python, if you ask me. And they turn around and she's gone. So they go up and tell Sansa that a little, dweeb showed up and claimed to be her sister. And she's like, oh, I know where she is. So very, very cool little Arya Stark bit. So I'm just trying to get these little bit better view. So, all right. So September, we're going to see some different foundations. So I think by September, or sorry, August, September, October, we're going to see some different roles being rolled out. I think he's going to be contracted for some different roles that are going to be different from the metalhead or the, Game of Thrones soldier. I think we're going to see some things. I feel like because of the adoration that he got, I think they're going to try and put him into a more romantic role. Now, he's very young. He's under 30. And I do think that they could do that. And this will be the start of a very different part of his career. It's going to be very interesting if they do put him into a more romantic kind of role. There was a little bit of a romantic to him in Stranger Things, but I think they're going to go a little bit further with that. Like, it almost feels like a Hugh Grant kind of thing. Like, what was that? Hugh Grant was in with Juliana Moore, where she had the baby. Was it 9 months or something like that? It feels like something like that. Ooh, yeah. It feels like something like that. Like, it's going to be like this romantic comedy kind of I think that's the direction they want to go with him. It's going to lean more heavily toward romantic. Very interesting. Here we're building on that. So we have August, September, October, November. November, we're really going to start to hear more about that. It's going to be more presented like that. His PR is going to be more of a romantic kind of leading funny guy. They're on a press campaign right now. So he's on, I guess, Jimmy Kimmel, not Jimmy Kimmel. Who was that dude? He was on his show and it was very cute. He told the story about when he was stopped by customs or Homeland Security or whatever. He was put in a dungeon room. So August, September, October, November, December, we're going to start to hear more about that. And then January, we're going to start to hear more about him as a person. They're going to start to drip feed us more information about him as a person. So we might start to see altruistic endeavors, things that he's doing outside of acting, outside of being, kind of a funny guy and a kind of, adorable actor and character that people love. We're going to see him start to take more of a seat of power. So I don't know if that's going to be influenced by CAA or if that's going to be influenced by what he actually does. It looks like they're going to flesh him out as a player in the industry. At that point, so we have August, September, October, November, December, January, February. By February, we're going to have a really clear picture of him, and he's going to have some choices. At this point, I think February, March, we're going to see maybe something more in an action role. They're going to try and do romantic comedy and then action role guy. And this is where I think we're going to start to see a really, really interesting CV come up for him. So action role, but like a Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon, Dwayne Johnson in The Rundown, like a really cool, tough, smart, funny guy. He is going to be adorable. What they are going to build for him is really going to be tremendous. This relationship, I think, with CAA is going to be amazing. I think we're all as upset as we are about Eddie Munson. I think we're all going to be really happy with the new presentation of Joseph Quinn. I'm excited myself. So I got to do it again. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. This is April. We're going to start to see this. May. Am I doing that right? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. May is going to be fantastic for him. He's going to be unbreakable by May. Unbreakable. He is going to be in demand, well liked. His PR is fantastic, but they're going to duck him out for a little bit. May, June, he's going to need a break. He's going to need to disappear. And then July, we're going to see him back. So I always said Paris Hilton is like a queen of PR. If you ever notice what happens with her career and her exposure, she disappears for brief or long periods of time and then comes back and has all this stuff going on. So it's you really have to like kind of pay attention and keep pace with her, because when she comes back into the public eye, she's got a lot of stuff going on. Like just recently, she was getting married and, turning down DJ gigs, going to Britney Spears' wedding. There's a lot of stuff going on with her. I feel like they are going to be doing the same thing with him. So we're going to have a duck out at June. They're going to let him take a breather. It feels like a month off. It feels like he's going to be taking that month off and just kind of going to Bali, getting on one of those little island huts where he can just kind of chill out, and then he's going to come back full force. Summertime next year is going to be bold and brazen for him. It feels like he's going to have like 2 or 3 gigs coming out. He is absolutely headed for big screen. We're not staying on small screen. He's going to the big screen. So this should be pretty interesting. I'm pretty excited for him. So let's see. What he needs to know for the year. Because buckle up, Joseph Quinn. You have got a hell of a year ahead of you. Buckle up. He is everybody's darling right now. It's my darling. Sorry, Gregopedia. He is adorable. So what does he need to know for this year? Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, sorry about that delay. There's somebody blowing up my phone, but all's well. So maybe I'll see if I can edit that out. It was like a minute. Sorry, people. So let's see what he needs to know for this next year, because the next year is going to be wild and exciting. This is advice for him. Oh, well, don't settle down. Okay. There is no reason to settle down into a relationship. There's a lot going on in terms of work. And if you look, there's not a lot of cups here. There's only two, and these are in relation to his work. So, this is the adoration of fans and the industry really liking him. He's everyone's darling. But don't settle down into any relationships. It's going to be hard to do that because, he is going to want to make a nice home. One of the cautions, don't plug into that Hollywood lifestyle where you're just kind of vagabonding and like living on that fame. Having been there, having been exposed to the entertainment industry, I know it's really easy to do that. So, there's going to be a lot of people that want to partner up with him. There's going to be time down the road for romance and love and coupling up and having, cocktail parties where you have charcuterie trays and whatnot. There's time for that. Wait before you get into the relationship, before you get heavy into the relationship, because what's going to happen is going to take your focus away from establishing this career. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to hitch your cart to any of those people like, I'm sorry, Amber Heard or Meghan Markle. You want to keep yourself, I don't want to say free agent, but you want to keep that that veneer of availability. You just don't want to hook up with anybody right now because there are a lot of vultures out there. There's a lot of people that are kind of zeroing in, and a lot of crazy older ladies who are like, oh my God, he's so adorable, like myself. Really, it's going to be in your best interest to stay a free agent, keep yours, and work from there. There's plenty of time for love. So there's going to be a tendency for individuals to come into his life, your life, Joseph, if you're watching, individuals coming into your life, and they're going to try and move in right away. They're going to try and sink in like ticks. Don't do it. I do see an amazing house. Feels like a beach house. There's a lot of glass. It's got an amazing view. It feels like he's going to hole up in California for a little bit, which makes sense because if they're directing your career, you should be there. You should be available for meetings, even though Zoom and WebEx and all that stuff is really great. Be careful of that. Be careful of those individuals that want to come and stay for the weekend, maybe want to put stuff in a drawer. Just be very, very mindful of that. In fact, I would try and keep as many different elements out of your house as possible. By all means, have a good time. Just be careful. Right now is all about you making the money and establishing that career here in the United States. That is really going to, eventually you are going to meet some individuals that will try and disrupt that. So, now you nurture the career aspect. The money is coming in, but now you're nurturing the career aspect and your craft. It's really, really the stage, I hate to say that, is set for this. So just maintain that. Be excited about your career, but make sure that you are strategic about it. And again, you want to make sure that the fun times don't eclipse the work aspect of it. There's a notable work ethic that I get from the reading. He does have a really, really good work ethic. And I'm just realizing this blocking is not terrific. There we go. It's a little bit better. So professional. I'm hashtag so professional. So there's a really great work ethic here, but there is a temptation that's going to come from the exposure to Hollywood life. And what will happen as a result of that is there's going to be a little bit of a struggle to stay as professional as needed to optimize the opportunities that are going to be there. So please be sure to not party your butt off, okay? It's going to be a very different experience coming here to the United States and sinking into the culture here. Difficult somewhat, I will say that. Having been a transplant in California, in Los Angeles specifically, I never really assimilated from the East Coast. It's an odd culture to enter into. There's a lot of values that were very, very foreign to me. One of them was the debt to income ratio is like really bizarre, but I think he's going to encounter the same he'll have the same experience where it's like, oh, this is like a really weird culture. It's really strange to be here. Go with it. You can create your own little microcosm, and it is kind of a temporary situation where he's here. I don't feel like he's going to set up house here. This is going to be like a work situation. I think home will be England. Actually, I don't. I'm going to take that back. I don't think home is really England. I don't think like the roots are very, very deep there. Feels like that's still kind of an undecided. His landing zone is going to be undecided for now. But moving into the future, make sure that you keep working on that craft. Don't stop learning. Don't stop refining, because that is where your fulfillment is going to come through. So big warning not to get too deep into the Hollywood not so nice culture. And it continues to warn us about that. Protect yourself. Actually, like I want to say, psychically protect yourself, and always have those second and third opinions about what's going on, the direction of your career. Make sure that it fits with your purview. Make sure it fits with your morality. So those are some interesting things to tell him. So what I'm thinking, I think I'm going to end it there. We'll pull one card, Heart of the Matter. Don't celebrate too much. There we go. Don't celebrate too much. Keep this. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. If you're overdoing it now, Joseph Quinn, dial it back. So that is where we are going with that. And with that, I think I'm going to leave the reading off there. I'm not going to delve into relationships or personal lives or anything like that. I think I'm going to leave it like that. And we will put my Alicia Wicker Psychic Stones on top, and let's switcheroo our view. So this was super fun, and I think what I'm going to do next week, I think I'm going to do a series on a number of selected Stranger Things actors and actresses, if they call themselves actresses. So I think that'll be kind of fun, and we can do a little bit on the character, a little bit on the actual actor. So some cool elements there. I just say it's hard to pick which ones we're going to do. So I'm a big fan of Murray, but I don't know if I'm a big fan of the actor that plays Murray. Certainly Sadie Sink is going to be very interesting. Gatton certainly is going to be very interesting. And Steve Harrington, the hair, we want to look at the hair. So don't forget, we have Dueling Tarot tonight at 7:00. I will be broadcasting hopefully from topside if it is not too hot out. But like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this. Comment down below if you love Eddie. Give me a little horns. Let me know. If you love Joseph Quinn, give me a little heart. We'll throw some hearts at him, and hopefully all this comes true for him, because this was a really positive reading for this actor. So thank you so much for being here, and I am off. Everybody, have a great day.